Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're gonna keep talking about talking. In my last video, when I talked about intercoms, things like that, we were looking at the SENA Striker helmet that I got. That helmet is a Bluetooth enabled, Bluetooth comm, mesh intercom. And what we're gonna look at today is the SENA ST1 Spider. And real quick, I'm gonna talk about right out of the box, what this unit's going to do. This unit will connect to Bluetooth, so it'll connect to your phone. You still have the multitasking options on your phone, listen to music, taking calls, making calls, all that good stuff. Now, what this unit won't do is it doesn't have a Bluetooth intercom, so you don't have to connect Bluetooth to Bluetooth. This works strictly on mesh technology, and we're going to jump into that a little bit, but stick around. Let's take a look at the features. Let's talk about the SENA ST1 Spider mesh intercom that we got here on Squirrel's helmet, so stick around. All right, so let's take a good look here at the unit. I've already got it installed on Squirrel's helmet. Now it's going to come with two different mounting options. What I elected to do was the 3M tape. It's got a bracket mounted to the helmet, and it also comes with a clip-on mount, which will go up under the shell of the helmet. You can move it from helmet to helmet a little easier that way. What I found, if you were going to do that, you'd need another set of speakers and a mic and so on. But as you can see on the unit here, just some topographical features. Here is your USB-C charging port. This is the connection that handles your earphones and your mic that's inside the helmet. We'll show that in a second. You do have a deployable antenna. Just flip it up like so. You're going to push in and it flips up. So on the top here button, you're going to have, this is your mesh mode button. Here is your phone button. And then you've got a jog dial that also functions as a button. And you can also push and spin. And we'll go into some of those uses here in a second. Now inside the helmet, as you can see, all the wires tuck away really nicely. These are, let me pull this back here so we can see on the inside in the ear crevices here in the helmet, you will put these are 40mm speakers, and they are connected together on both sides. And then you're also going to have a connection here with the mic, and all of these will mount with Velcro. That's included in the kit. Also coming in the kit, you're going to get a kind of a boom mic that you can use if you've got an open face or modular helmet. I would say overall install only took about 10 minutes, and there's plenty of wire depending on how big the shell is on your helmet. But as you can see, it's very non-intrusive in the helmet. Elizabeth wears this quite frequently, and she has no issues whatsoever. So again, there's the SENA ST1 Spider as it mounts on the helmet. Now let's talk about some of the features that you're going to get with an intercom like this. All right, so first things first, let's talk about the benefits of the mesh technology. Now, if you've run some of the older comm systems that were Bluetooth, the range is somewhat limited for starters. And then when you did break that connection, it was kind of a pain. You'd have to regroup, reconnect, and sometimes that was a little difficult. It just didn't automatically reconnect on the fly when you come back in range. The mesh technology, it does reconnect pretty seamlessly. The range on the mesh, SENA is claiming 1.2 miles, which is a pretty long distance. I would say that's pretty much based off line of sight without any obstructions or any turns, any trees, maybe some tractor trailers in front of you may interrupt that signal. We've used the mesh again on her helmet and on my SENA Striker helmet, and we had no issues. We spread out maybe about 3/4 of a mile, but again, we were line of sight, had no issues, crystal clear audio, we could talk, no problem whatsoever. Now, the other cool thing about mesh is, and I kind of described this before, think about Citizens Band Radio. It's kind of an open channel, and in the group, SENA, they claim that it's kind of limitless on how many users can be on each particular mesh channel. But you can also set up like a group mesh that will kind of close loop that to just guys or gals connected into the mesh channel or group mesh that you establish. So what I like about another cool thing about the mesh, when we're talking about range, these units will daisy chain, and I think it's 5 or 6 units daisy chained in a line. That distance kind of grows exponentially. So if you've got five riders in the group, potentially that could stretch out approximately 5 miles, which is pretty cool. So again, as long as you're line of sight-ish is what I'm going to say, with the rider in front of you and the other rider is 2 miles up the road, but as long as everyone's kind of linked up in a line of sight kind of daisy chain, or within a distance that's not going to be so susceptible to obstructions or curves or trees and things like that, the potential of 5 mile range in your group as it spreads out is pretty awesome. And the other thing is, it puts that communication miles up the road, where if there's an accident or some emergency conversation needs to happen, that the mesh really shines in that aspect. And in my opinion, I think mesh is probably the way of the future when it comes to intercoms and communication between riders. Bluetooth, you know, kind of started everything, and you know, a lot of your higher end units from SENA or other competition, they're going to offer Bluetooth and mesh technology, but I think mesh is really where it's all going to end up in a few years anyways. Now again, with the ST1 Spider, does not have the capability to communicate via Bluetooth. It's only mesh, and this is probably one of the least expensive high-end quality mesh intercoms that you can pick up. I'm not going to quote prices, but I think they're sub 200, and for what you get, especially with a product like SENA, you really can't go wrong. You know, as far as the unit itself, it feels very high quality. The plastic, everything, just kind of, you can tell it's very well built like that. As far as, you know, functions, again, on the unit, the buttons are very crisp. This jog dial, it has, you know, you can feel positive engagement as you spin it. So this is going to allow you to turn up or turn down the volume. If you get a call, you press the phone button to answer. And then your mesh pairing mode. The other thing that I really like about this, and you know, the speaker setup in this helmet, you know, being a more affordable mesh intercom, you would think maybe the sound quality wasn't that great. It was doable, but it wasn't that great. But my experience, and don't get me wrong, I'm not an audio snob, but what I will say, I have the Harman Kardon, and I never pronounce that right. I'm from the South. We mess stuff up all the time. Has the high-end audio in the helmet, and the audio quality on this unit is, in my opinion, it's pretty close, pretty close to that higher end. Yeah, very good quality. I wouldn't let the fact that this isn't, you know, a JBL headset or Harman Kardon or whatever steer you away. The audio quality is very good in this helmet. So now let's kind of step back and just kind of talk about some of the features. I'm not super tech savvy, and I would recommend reading your manual, familiarize yourself with it before you put it on the helmet. That way you can kind of seamlessly adjust everything. Squirrel and I, basically, it's just for talking, listen to music, stuff like that. So we're not, you know, super tech savvy and going to utilize all the features that this unit has, but I'm going to talk about some of them here real quick. So let's get into that. All right, so one of the first things we're talking about is battery life on the ST1 Spider. So you're looking at approximately 10 to 11 hours of battery life at a full charge. And you know what I can tell you, we maybe ride an hour or two here, hour or two there, and every, you know, couple days I'll stick it on the charger, but we've never had the battery run completely on E, so to say, or 0%. Now you can do a quick charge on the unit, about 20 minutes. They claim that'll give you 2 hours of battery life with a 20-minute fast charge, and you're looking at about an hour and a half to totally fully charge the battery. So the battery life's really good. The other thing, you know, talking about the mesh in some more detail. So there's two different modes on this. One's going to be the open mesh, and that's where you're going to have pretty much unlimited users that have their device set on the same channel. I believe there's 9 channels on this one, and they become in range of the mesh. They can connect. Again, this is kind of like when I keep referring back to the CB radio. We've been riding around on open mesh in town, and we haven't had anyone else chime in, jump in, anything like that. The other option you can do is a group mesh, and that is where I think you can hook up to about 24 riders or so. Man, I couldn't imagine riding with 24 people, and could you even get a word in, especially if someone was chatty? Anyways, I digress. But what that is that's a private group. So no one that you don't know is not going to jump in there. Just some random rider coming around. They're not going to be jumping in and hearing your conversations. So another thing you can do is, like, if you're on open mesh and you're in a group of, let's say, 5 or 6 guys, and your buddy is riding with you, and you guys set up, you know, your own little group mesh so you can flip back and forth. So you can have a private conversation outside the group. That I could see where that could be fun, especially, you know, if you're cracking jokes and stuff like that. But anyway, so you have that ability as well. And again, either one of those modes with, you know, daisy chaining amongst other riders, you can get up to that 5-mile range, which is pretty awesome. So let's talk about some of the other features. Again, it is Bluetooth, so what that means is you can multitask, you know, on your phone. So if you're on mesh, you connect your phone via Bluetooth to the headset. So you can listen to your Spotify, you can hook up your GPS and still get notifications on your phone. It'll dim the volume down where you can hear it. Or if your GPS goes up, hey, you got turns coming up, it's going to dim the volume. So you can still have that, you know, communication aspect of the headset, plus, you know, listen to music, GPS, things like that. Now, when I'm riding solo, for me, it's mainly, you know, have my GPS on, have my music going. That way, you know, I don't get surprised. I can keep my eyes on the road. I'm not constantly looking at my GPS to see if I need to make a turn. It kind of notifies you in your ear, which, you know, just more things you can do to keep your eyes on the road versus looking down or looking at your phone makes it really nice. All right, guys, so to kind of wrap things up on the ST1 Spider, if you are looking for a high-quality, entry-level mesh intercom device, this might be your unit. You've got several mounting options. This will fit virtually any helmet. You can have an open-face helmet with the included boom system, a modular helmet that'll work great as well. If you want to listen to music, you want high quality audio with HD speakers, this is a great entry-level unit. And, you know, I hate to use the term entry-level because when you're picking up a unit like this that's high quality from a company like SENA, you're getting a device. It comes with a 2-year warranty, so you know out of the gate it's going to be good. And you're going to get service, and, you know, if you have any issues, a big company like that's going to take care of you. But, you know, again, mesh, I think, is the wave of the future. I think, you know, there's nothing wrong with the Bluetooth comm systems. There's tons of inexpensive comm systems out there, and we used some cheaper Amazon-style Bluetooth comms. And what we found is, yes, when you're using them and they're working, they're fantastic. But we found that we were spending a lot of time stopping, reconnecting when they got disconnected. The mesh virtually eliminates all those problems. And, you know, the open mesh and the mesh technology, many more manufacturers are going to that. And this is going to allow you to, you know, cross-pollinate between different devices and things like that. This will work with all of SENA's mesh-enabled comms as well, and you really just can't go wrong. And at the price point, you know, sub 200, you can get a combo pack. Like if you and your buddy go in, you can get a combo pack, save you a few bucks on it that way as well. But this, if you're looking to get in and you need a comm, this might be your unit. So I don't have an affiliate link for this device, but I do have links in the description, so check those out. If you guys have any questions, hit me up on my email, squatchreloading@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, of course, here on YouTube. And if you like these videos, and you want to see us yakking on this, but just wait. This is going to get better because we also have a SENA mesh port red that allow us to connect all of our mesh devices through our GoPro, so you can hear all of our shenanigans when we're riding, whether it's on ATVs, dirt bikes, side-by-sides, whatever it is. You're going to be able to hear all that chit-chat. You might not want to hear all that chit-chat. Maybe you do. But anyways, if you're thinking about it, consider subscribing to the channel. Check out our affiliate links. Check out our merch store. But until next time, guys, God bless.